Right now at 10, Cardinals are set to return for the second day of the conclave. What Americans hope to see in the next pope. And Congressman Derek Van Orden cancels his town hall after receiving threats. Plus, not guilty pleas entered for the Wisconsin teen accused of plotting an assassination of Donald Trump.
WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Emily Brown. Ken is off tonight. Well, it's day one of the conclave has come and gone without the selection of a new pope. Black smoke rising from the Sistine Chapel. The 133 voting cardinals will be back tomorrow to find a successor to Pope Francis. Here's a live look. Just a matter of hours, the empty square will once again be packed. Today, over 45,000 people waited in anticipation for a new pope being named. The next pope will lead the world's 1.4 billion Catholics. CBS's News' Bradley Blackburn is at the Vatican asking followers what they hope to see in the new pontiff.
Black smoke rose over St. Peter's Square late Wednesday, signaling the Cardinals were unsuccessful in selecting a new pope.
We expected black smoke tonight, but we expected it a lot earlier. At the last conclave, the smoke appeared around 7:30 in the evening. This was an hour and a half later.
Earlier in the day, in rituals going back centuries, the 133 voting cardinals entered the Sistine Chapel, each taking an oath of secrecy. The dean of the College of Cardinals reminded them to set aside personal opinions and elect a pope who can see unity in diversity. Then the doors to the historic chapel closed, marking the official start of the conclave. The Cardinals have surrendered their phones and cut off communication with the outside world other than that smoke. The eligible Cardinals, each under the age of 80, will now cast up to 4 ballots a day until they reach a 2/3 consensus. The Cardinals gathered in the Sistine Chapel come from 70 countries. Pope Francis appointed 4 out of 5 eligible to vote, or 80% of them. A new CBS News poll of U.S. Catholics shows more than 3/4 of those surveyed are in favor of the direction Pope Francis led the Catholic Church. More than a third hope the next pontiff will be more conservative than Pope Francis, while 21% want someone more progressive. What are you hoping for in a new pope?
A holy man. Hopefully somebody that is a pragmatist and somewhat conservative.
We're just so divided as a world. So it would be nice to just have someone with a lot of love.
Recent conclaves have gone relatively quickly. The last 3 popes were elected in 2 or 3 days. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, the Vatican.
Earlier, I had the chance to speak with Father Edward Nemeth of the Shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe in studio. He says the Cardinals will seek a leader who can unite Catholics worldwide.
Church being universal, every geographic region has its own particular challenges. So I think to find a pope that can be a source of unity for us, and truly I think we want a holy pope.
Yes.
A man who is a man of prayer and a man who's going to lead us by example.
And stay with News 8 Now on air and online as the world waits for the next pope to be named. Well, a big change affecting air travel is on. Your license or ID needs to be Real ID compliant. You'll need it to fly domestically or enter a federal building.
I don't see any problem using the Real ID. I got my Real ID 2 years ago when they first said that we are supposed to get it, so I don't see any problem with it.
There they checked my passport twice if I'm able to board on or not, so that gave me a little bit of trouble of getting back home.
Now, if you don't have a Real ID, be prepared to go through additional screening. Acceptable alternatives to a Real ID include a trusted traveler card like Global Entry, a Department of Defense ID, a permanent resident card, and a Veterans Health Identification card. Congressman Derek Van Orden had to reschedule a virtual town hall today due to an alleged threat. It was made against his family. His staff says it was delivered in a letter to his D.C. office. Angeles. Details of the threats are unknown and no word yet on any arrests. In Holman, a scare at Hope Stay Assisted Living off Circle Drive. A fire forcing an evacuation early this morning. Fire officials say a faulty air conditioner sparked the fire. Luckily, everyone made it out safe. And no threat was found after a bomb threat at a Tomah High School. Students and staff were evacuated at 1:40 p.m. after a bomb threat was found written in a bathroom stall. Police searched the building and found no evidence of a threat. Everyone was returned to the school at 2:45, and dismissal of the school took place at a normal time. Wisconsin State Patrol is reminding drivers to keep an eye out for deer on roadways. Deer crashes typically increase in May and June. In 2024, more than 17,000 crashes involving a deer were reported. In those accidents, 9 people were killed and 708 were injured. The Department of Transportation also says motorcyclists are at a great risk. 7 of those 9 fatalities in 2024 involved a motorcycle.
Most areas actually had a cooler Wednesday here. Temperatures kind of come back down to what we had 80 degrees here yesterday. And that's going to be the trend for tomorrow. Some areas may cool down even further. Others may come up a degree depending on location. We do have some chillier temperatures tonight. So some of the areas just to the east of I-94 going over to Wausau could get close to frost potential. We're talking around 32, 33. That is something to keep an eye on. We might see another round of that going to later for Thursday night into Friday night, given the dry air and cooler air mass that's overhead. So you're going to wake up with cooler conditions than we had this morning, more in the 40s, and there's your mid-30s potentially for some areas from like Rusk County down to Black River Falls and going east to Medford. That's why they have some potential for some pocket areas here to get close to 32. For La Crosse, in the low to mid-40s starting off, you'll have east-northeast wind, plenty of sunshine, only getting up to about 61, which is about where we should be at noon for this time of year with that northeast wind. Similar for Eau Claire, but a few degrees colder in the upper 30s, getting back to around 60 with that east-northeast wind. Plenty of sunshine, but a chilly start. And overall, as we go throughout the broadcast, we're going to break down later on how warm it's going to get for Mother's Day, because we are going to see 80 degrees. We may not see the 88 we saw last year, but we're definitely going to be warm. And then we'll break down how long we'll have to wait to see the next chance of showers and thunderstorms later in the broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Greg. The Trempealeau Valley Youth Apprenticeship Consortium recognized students for completing their apprenticeship programs. The first annual banquet hosted 60 students and 44 employers to recognize their hard work this school year. To complete the apprenticeship, students have to work 450 hours as well as related coursework. Apprenticeships range anywhere from healthcare professions to construction. The program offers a chance for students to get a head start on their career before graduation.
Earlier that we can get our students into the doors of our local employers, the more impact they're going to have on their future decisions. So this program really helps students figure out what they're going to do after high school, which is a really big deal when post-secondary education is expensive.
This is the 3rd year of the Trempealeau Valley Youth Apprenticeship Program. Students can choose between 16 career clusters. This Saturday, your mailbox becomes a lifeline for hungry families. That yellow bag showing up in mailboxes this week is part of the 33rd annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive happening May 10th. Letter carriers across La Crosse, Onalaska, and La Crescent will be collecting non-perishable donations. Just place them near your mailbox by 8:30 Saturday morning. Last year, the community donated more than 31,000 pounds of food to local pantries like Wafer and the Hunger Task Force.
Well, the Hunger Task Force really relies on community donations, and this is a huge one for us. We are incredibly lucky to be part of this. We serve 120 different food programs, and those food programs need this help.
These donations are especially critical now, stocking pantry shelves during summer when many children lose access to school meals. If you miss the morning pickup, you can drop items off until 2 p.m. at collection points, including the La Crosse Post Office loading dock. Riverfest officials selecting their royal couple for this summer celebration. Dustin and Dominique Lukey will serve as Commodore and First Mate for the 42nd annual event. They'll lead the festivities July 2nd through 5th. The Lukeys are active volunteers and parents to 3 children.
I'm looking forward to just meeting everybody who comes down to the park, shaking their hand, welcoming them to this celebration that has been such a phenomenal part of lacrosse history.
They'll officially assume their titles at the Commodore Dinner on June 10th. Still to come, the Wisconsin teen accused in a plot to assassinate President Trump appears in court. Plus, why the Federal Reserve is holding steady on interest rates.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Get an 11% rebate on everything when you shop at Menards. Dutch Boys Durafighter is a top paint and primer in one that provides great scrub resistance and durability. Get a gallon starting at $22.49 after rebate. Give your space the Platinum treatment with Platinum Plus interior paint. It's a premium paint and primer in one with a protective finish that guards against scuffs, spills, and stains. Pick up a gallon starting at $37.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
In Waukesha, the teen accused of killing his parents as part of a plot to assassinate President Trump has pled not guilty. 17-year-old Nikita Kasap faces 9 felony charges, including murder and hiding a corpse. He's accused of killing his mother and stepfather on February 11th and then living with the bodies for nearly 2 weeks. The teen then went on the run and was later arrested in Kansas. Federal authorities say it was part of a plot to assassinate President Trump and overthrow the government. David Perdue was sworn in as the new U.S. ambassador to China today. He takes over as tensions between China and the U.S. remain high over tariffs. For the first time since the standoff began, the countries are preparing to engage in trade talks beginning this weekend. The mounting economic pressure on both sides helped drive China and the U.S. to the negotiating table. The Federal Reserve wrapped up its 2-day meeting, leaving key interest rates unchanged. CBS's Danya Backus has more.
Well, he should lower them, and at some point he will.
But Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is not at that point yet.
Today, the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged.
Powell is going to speak the truth as he sees it about the economy. He's not going to be bullied by Trump.
Ken Rogoff is an economics and public policy professor at Harvard. He says he can see why the Fed is holding rates steady, despite President Donald Trump's aggressive sweeping tariff announcements that have dragged down global trade and rattled the stock market.
The risks of higher unemployment and higher inflation appear to have risen, and we believe that the current stance of monetary policy leaves us well positioned to respond in a timely way to potential economic developments.
Mixed signals that can increase uncertainty with economists and consumers.
I mean, prices are going to go up. The surveys, the confidence, everything looks like it's more than 50%. It'll be a recession.
Many are closely watching the Trump administration for any signs of trade deals, especially with China. Later this week, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer will meet with Chinese officials in Switzerland.
The president always wants the Fed to cut rates. Let's understand this.
President Trump's quest for lower rates has had him muse in the past about moving to replace Powell before the Fed chair's term ends next year, a tone he softened this week.
I'm not, I get to change him very quickly anyway. It's in a very short period of time.
A short period of time that will see many more Federal Reserve meetings and rate decisions. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Chairman Powell pointed out surveys of households and businesses show a sharp decline in sentiment and higher uncertainty about the economic outlook, mainly due to trade policy concerns. Still to come, hurricane season could come sooner than expected. Why models suggest a head start.
And yeah, we're going to see some pleasant conditions for Thursday, but we're going to warm back up, and that means, yes, the 80s are coming back for the weekend and extending all the way through at least the first half of next week. We'll time out when we actually will see the 80s and when we might see actually some rain coming. That all coming up on your First One weather update after the break.
The Driftless region is a thriving community where tradition and innovation shine. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like iron, sulfur, PFAS, and manganese. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem. Getting a new Jeep at Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Get employee pricing plus for a limited time only. Get your favorite Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler during the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Employee pricing for all means anyone can get exclusive employee pricing on these new vehicles. This opportunity won't last long, so stop into Pischke Motors now. This offer ends June 2nd. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Right now, Rewards members get a free $5 gift card with a $45 Miracle-Gro purchase, like large bags of Miracle-Gro potting mix, just $11.99. Plus, check out our assortment of live plants in our outdoor garden centers, now open. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, in original.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose American Waterworks.
Can your floor stand up to this? At Sealands Carpetland, we know how hard your family can be in your home. You need a flooring that can stand up to mud, cuts, and a crew like this. Don't sacrifice beauty for function. We'll help you find the perfect flooring to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come in and see our huge selection of luxury vinyl and tile. Sealands Carpetland in Coon Valley, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Recent trends suggest the Atlantic hurricane season will start early this year. Officially, the season runs June 1st through November 30th, but some forecasting models suggest the possibility of a head start to the season. The potential for storm development is showing specifically in the Western Caribbean, where conditions appear more favorable. Early activity has largely been due to unusually warm waters during the spring. Well, in the meantime, we've been enjoying a nice streak of warm weather and sunnier skies. Hopefully this will all continue throughout the week and into Mother's Day, Greg.
Well, we definitely are not going to see any type of really significant rainfall. The first chance really comes next Wednesday, but probably next Thursday and Friday. So extended period of dry conditions. So if you like some cooler temperatures, tomorrow still is going to be more seasonal. So we're talking upper 60s, low 70s. Not going to see any 80s tomorrow. It will start to improve as we go towards Friday night. If there's any clouds in the forecast, really, for the most part, until we get to next Tuesday, Wednesday, could be a weak front that comes through Friday night. Maybe a sprinkle, and I'll show you what that means, but I think most areas won't see anything of that come Friday night. Warm weekend, that means the 80s are back for the weekend, and the 80s continued early next week. Potentially could see some mid-80s too before all said and done, before we start cooling off for the end of next week and maybe the following weekend too. We'll be back there. So tonight, tomorrow, temperatures should be upper 60s, low 70s. If you're further north, that's a little bit improvement from the temperatures we had today. Further south towards Prairie du Chien, it's a little bit cooler. It's a drop off just because it took a little bit longer for that cooler air mass to get further south. But all in all, pretty seasonable. Going into Friday, we still got a potential for some colder temperatures going in there. So frost is definitely a possibility, especially in the colder areas, Canary Bog areas, Sparta, those areas that could get back close to freezing. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. It's a dry atmosphere that'll be in place. So we'll have to see if we do it, but something to keep in mind of going into Friday morning. You might have to cover a few items. As we go into Friday, we'll definitely warm up quickly after a chilly start. Upper 70s, low 80s, plenty of sunshine to go with it. Here's this weak little front, and really the front is just a wind shift and a little bit of cloud cover, but you can see a brief opportunity, some showers developing. I think most of this will hit the ground as it's too dry, but that'll be coming through. That's about the only noteworthy thing coming through the weekend besides the temperatures getting back up into the low 80s by Saturday. Definitely then Sunday could be really warm. We're talking potentially mid 80s with even, look at that, 93 in Bismarck. Really hot conditions just to the west of us. This air mass is really being pumped up because the jet is well far to the north. It's going to continue that way through Sunday, Monday, and then by the time we get to about Tuesday, Wednesday, you start seeing the dip to the west. That's indicated that a system's going to be approaching from the west. It's going to take the time to get across the mountain west into the plains. By the time we get to Thursday, Friday, we're going to have a southwest northeast jet right overhead. That means we're going to start getting more active. Systems could be coming through Thursday through the following weekend. How that all plays out, it's a little bit in question, but the first opportunity really comes probably Wednesday night when we'll have a nice little system come through that could provide some showers and storms, and then we could have periods of it beyond that. We'll actually get the details down as we get closer to the event. But in the meantime, enjoy the dry and warm conditions once we get past Thursday. We'll see temperatures get back up into the mid 80s potentially. And there you see the temperatures finally fall back by Thursday with a small chance for thunderstorms. And we'll fine tune that as we get closer. But it's going to be a warm Mother's Day weekend. Not like last year. We had 88. A lot of people don't remember that one. But
nonetheless enjoyable. This is ideal.
Yes, enjoy it because we don't know what happens the second half of May too. So we might be flipping around. So
these are true words. Yep. All right. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the La Crescent Hoka baseball team has some high hopes this season. Jacob swung by practice to talk to the Lancers about the fantastic start that they're off to. Keep it right here.
You wouldn't buy the first vehicle you saw.
Trust me, it's perfectly safe.
I'll take it. So don't hire the first personal injury lawyer you call.
Trust me.
Where do I sign? Object to anything less than the best. Call BGR.
It's customer appreciation time at Wesco, and we're saying thank you with exclusive savings on furniture and bedding, and your deal is just one spin away. Every spin wins, whether you're upgrading your bedroom or furnishing your dream living room. Now's the perfect time to save in style. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. Step in and spin before this deal rolls away. And don't forget to tell them Peyton sent you.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
We really care about our employees and their families, and then also the community as a whole.
We have a lot of really, really good employees. It's like a family around here.
The customer is always number one. That's always our goal, to get them running.
Having Carrier as their main product with the support that they give us, the commitment to their product, to our people, is outstanding.
From the first call that you make, we'll take care of you every step of the way.
And air conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to buy Goff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, Wednesday typically marks an off day for high school teams, but the 8th-ranked team in Division 5, Blair Taylor softball, in action traveling to Alma Center Lincoln. Wildcats bringing in a 9-game win streak, and they were determined to extend that to 10 in a row. Runner on third, Andrea Waldera, does the job with an RBI ground out for the away side, and that was just the tip of the iceberg. Frankie Zentgroff gets one past the defense to plate Addison Ledger. Later it's Zentgroff up again, and this time she'll square one up, sending it to the right center gap, and that would bring in 3 more for BT. And there are convincing wins, and then there's this. Wildcats go on to take this one by a final of 26-0. Big one tomorrow between Blair Taylor and Pepin Alma. The La Crescent Hoka baseball team is no stranger to success. The Lancers have had some solid seasons over the last handful of years, but this year's squad has only lost once in 15 games, and they're ranked 4th in Class 2A. Things are coming together at the right time for the Lancers' hope is a deep playoff run.
So far, it's been amazing. You know, we've been able to play good defense. Bats are coming alive. We're starting to put it all together.
And one area the Lancers feel they have an advantage in is in their pitching staff, which creates a good problem for Coach Needfeld.
They attack the hitters, they work in a quick, timely fashion, and it's fun to watch. I mean, our pitching staff is deep, and we have a lot of arms, and it's a struggle to try to figure out as many, to get them as many innings as possible.
State tournament is the goal for La Crescent Hoka, but they're taking things one day at a time, and tomorrow that entails a matchup with Rushford Peterson. Brewers looking for the first series sweep of the season. 2 strikes, 2 outs on Zach DeZenzo, and the Astros outfielder bloops one down the left field line, and that allows Jake Myers to come all the way around to score. And that's an issue because the Crew entered the day as the only team in the Bigs without a win when their opponent scores first. Jeremy Pena makes it a 5-run game in the 6th inning, and the visitors would tack on a few more late. Houston avoids a sweep, and the Brewers fall back to 500. They'll return to action Friday against the Rays. Twins make it 4 wins in a row as they take down the Baltimore Orioles 5-2 thanks to homers by Byron Buxton and Harrison Bader. All right, back to the News 8 play of the week after a break due to all the NFL draft craziness and rainouts. Let's see what we've got for this week. All right, getting us going at number 1, it's Holman's Kale Halaska. He took first place overall at the MVC meet that the Vikings hosted, shooting an even par 71. At number 2, a viewer submission featuring Cochrane Fountain City and Whitehall doing battle. Check out Taylor Johnson, had the snapback throw. All these will be on the website as well, but here we've got number 3. Stay on the softball diamond for the 3rd nominee. Arcadia's Lena Wozni draws a walk with a runner on 3rd, and she is not stopping. That forces a throw to 2nd, allows Amaya Schlesser to slide home safely in the Raiders' win last week. Now we'll go to number 4, waning moments of a heavyweight battle between Onalaska and Central. With the Riverhawks down 1, Katie Biondo fires a missile into the bottom left corner with just 7 minutes before the final whistle. And that right there would get Central a 1-1 draw. And for number 5, a sport we haven't put much on display yet, boys lacrosse, and it's the lacrosse team. The Lightning featured as Grayson Vium finds Jax Hendrickson for the goal last Saturday in Wisconsin Dells. A great finish right here by the Luther Junior. So lots of spring sports covered in the latest batch of nominees. Love to see it. And if you want to see your favorite win, go vote on our website, news8000.com. Under the sports tab, click on Play of the Week. Voting is live right now, and we've got a lot of votes already. People are kind of getting off to the right foot here. So we were looking at the plays and some softball stuff, and you're kind of itching to get the bat out a little bit, hit some t-ball. Right?
Yeah, I was saying we should get a little t-ball league going on. I wish I had played when I was younger. My dad called me a lefty, but I got into dance and all that. But yeah, wouldn't that be fun?
Would be a good time. Not much time for us to go do that, like a softball league or whatever.
I know, because of our hours and everything.
It kind of comes with the territory. But also nice of the Brewers to give the Astros a win in that series.
Yes, most appreciative. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, Greg has we have more news right after this.
We know that home is where you can be yourself. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, our competitive rates and local servicing can help find the loan that fits you. Home is your happy place. Get the loan that fits you with a home loan from Ultra.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We built it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
At Ferris, we want you to get the most out of your time and end each day feeling good. That's why we pioneered exclusive lawnmower suspension technology, allowing for full-speed mowing, even over the roughest terrain. Grow your business by getting more done in less time with Ferris. Ferris. Work hard, feel good. Found exclusively at independent Ferris dealers.
Hey, Nick. Want your usual?
Yeah, please.
How's your day going?
Oh, pretty good. Air conditioning went out at the house, and I got some guys coming over to fix it.
Nothing that G&T can't take your mind off of, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. I can always depend on G&T to put my mind at ease.
Especially when I make them, eh?
Well, I'm talking about G&T heating and air conditioning. They have never let me down.
Call G&T.
For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Maybe I should switch to G&T.
Banking should be easy. Ultra's A+ accounts put online and mobile banking at your fingertips. Plus, a contactless debit card for everyday purchases. No stress, just banking made for you. Now that's worth celebrating. Open your account today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Students at a New York high school are bringing the ocean to their desk. Students here at Walt Whitman High School are growing a living coral reef as part of a science research program. The assignment, finding environmental concerns like the effects that pollution and global warming are having on reefs around the world, and then researching ways to solve the problem. Oh, pretty cool. All right, Greg has a final look at your forecast right after this.
You know it's time to replace some windows, a patio door, an entry door, or all of them. The Board Store's provided skillful installation of quality products for thousands of your neighbors for 35 years. Double-hung slider, casement, awning windows, double glazing, triple glazing, white windows, black windows, wood grain. Our experienced sales staff will help you choose what's best for you, provide a detailed proposal, and a firm price. No pressure, no nonsense. One window or a house full, call or visit the Board Store for a prompt free estimate. More than you expect for less than you thought.
Give your business the dumpster service it deserves for 15% less than you're paying now with Big Hook. Big Hook offers daily, weekly, or monthly pickups with professional drivers and 24-hour emergency service to our La Crosse County customers. New commercial accounts lock in a 15% savings, plus be one of the first 100 to sign up and get free delivery, setup, and a $50 gift card. This is a limited time offer. Save more with service you can trust. Contact Big Hook today.
We have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
King Furniture would like to wish all moms a happy Mother's Day. And this year, let's skip the flowers and get her a gift she'll enjoy every single day. It's the Mother's Day trade-in sale at King Furniture, where you can trade in your old furniture and get huge savings on something brand new. Trade in that old, tired recliner for a brand new style. Or upgrade mom to the bedroom she's always dreamt of. Plus, find savings of up to 60% store-wide. Make this Mother's Day unforgettable. Only at King Furniture.
Deals are popping up all over the place this week at Fleet Farm. Like Farm Fresh Selects veggie and herb plants, 3 for $9.99. 1 cubic foot bags of Miracle-Gro Moisture Control Potting Mix are just $9.99. And ladies' Carhartt Tencel t-shirts are 25% off. From garden staples to workwear essentials, Fleet Farm has everything you need this season, always at the best prices, guaranteed.
All right, tomorrow will actually be a little bit cooler for some areas, a little bit warmer, but all in all, pretty typical temperatures to see this time of year. As we go throughout the 8-day forecast, it's a dry one. We get back to the 80s this weekend, 80s through next week. And if you're looking for thunderstorm chances, you're going to have to wait probably till Wednesday night of next week and Thursday when the pattern may change.
Oh my gosh, we're going to have to wait so long for it.
So basically
Next
the
Thursday, how are we going to do it?
first half of the month is pretty much going to be dry. So we'll see what the second half has in store.
Could be some sunburns this weekend, so
yeah,
put your,
that's definitely going to be a
for sure.
possibility.
Put your SPF 50 on, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.